Have you ever wondered who the Thracian Bandits were? Picture this: the 4th to 1st century BC, southeastern Europe, a region known as Thrace. Here, various tribes with a fierce independent streak earn a notorious reputation. These are the Thracian tribes, known far and wide for their banditry and relentless raids. Thrace, a landscape dominated by mountains, forests, and rough country, is the ideal breeding ground for these bandits. They use the challenging terrain to their advantage, launching surprise raids on unsuspecting travelers, merchants, and even neighboring settlements. But these raids aren't merely for loot. No, they're an assertion of tribal independence, a resistance against external authority, be it neighboring Greek city-states or the encroaching Roman rule. Indeed, Thracian bandits were a force to be reckoned with, taking full advantage of the rugged terrain to assert their authority and independence. Their presence forever marks the history of the region, shaping trade routes and travel patterns for centuries to come. So, what was the impact of Thracian banditry on the region? The presence of Thracian bandits indeed posed a significant challenge to the stability and security of the region. The constant threat of raids and attacks led to a climate of fear and uncertainty, particularly for those living in or passing through Thrace. Trade routes and travel patterns were heavily influenced, as merchants and travelers had to constantly adapt and find ways to avoid areas known for bandit activity. But the impact extended beyond mere inconvenience. The living conditions of those residing in Thrace were directly influenced by the constant threat of bandit attacks. Settlements had to be fortified, and resources had to be allocated for defense rather than development. And beyond the immediate material loss, the psychological toll of living under such conditions was immense. In essence, the shadow of Thracian bandits loomed large, affecting every facet of life in the region. But nothing lasts forever, right? So how did the reign of Thracian bandits come to an end? The decline of Thracian banditry was primarily due to the interventions of various powers. Greek city-states, often victims of these lawless attacks, began to take matters into their own hands. They launched military campaigns against Thracian tribes, aiming to suppress banditry and establish their authority over the region. As we move into the era of Roman rule, the Roman Empire too had to grapple with the Thracian bandit problem. They opted for a more strategic approach, forming alliances with local Thracian tribes and establishing garrisons and fortifications throughout Thrace. This effectively put a stop to the bandit raids, as the Romans could rapidly respond to any threats. Over time, the Thracian tribes began to accept Roman rule, and the once feared Thracian bandits found themselves being integrated into the Roman military. And so, the era of Thracian bandits, with all its chaos and thrill, slowly faded into the annals of history. So there you have it, the rise and fall of the Thracian bandits. From their emergence in the rugged terrain of Thrace, their impact on trade and travel, to the eventual decline under the might of Greek and Roman powers, their legacy remains a testament to the fierce independence of the Thracian tribes. Next time you travel, remember the Thracian bandits, and think about how much safer your journey is today. Until our next historical adventure, stay curious and keep exploring the past.